Hey guys! So for any of you that watch my videos or follow me, you know that I've recently moved, but I am at my mom's house this evening, and so I'm in my old room and I'm feeling quite nostalgic. There is still quite a bit of stuff here, but that is why I am seated in front of my awesome old Pirates of the Caribbean poster. But I thought of a video idea that I wanted to kind of quickly film for you guys, and something I want to share my thoughts on. So, Scott and I recently ate at Liberty Tree Tavern at Magic Kingdom and Boma at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and I wanted to kind of do a mini review or like a compare and contrast for you guys. It's not often that we eat, like we don't eat at Disney restaurants all that often. I mean, okay, I guess we do, but the fancy ones, it's not like we're there like once a week, if you know what I mean. So, it was very strange for us to be at two nicer sit-down Disney restaurants within 1 week, and there are two very differently themed restaurants, and so that's why I thought it would be kind of fun to do a compare and contrast. So many of you probably know this, but for those that don't, Liberty Tree Tavern is a family-style restaurant in Liberty Square at Magic Kingdom. I had never eaten there before. We went with some family, and we did have a reservation. So you don't really have a choice on what they bring out to you. They bring out, if you don't know what family style is, they just bring you a big bowl of something or a big plate of something, and then you can get as much as you want. So it's similar to a buffet in that sense, that they'll bring you more and more and more until you're full. But they called it the lazy man's buffet. So you can eat as much as you want, but you don't have to get up and go get it. So first they brought us a big bowl of salad and a plate of bread, and we just ate what they brought us. We didn't ask for any seconds of that. And then for the main course, they bring you a big plate of like turkey, pork, pot roast, meatloaf, I think he said. There were like 5 different kinds of meats on this plate. It was a lot of meat. Then they bring you a big bowl of corn, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes. I think that was it. But oh my gosh, everything was delicious. The only thing I asked for seconds of, and we got a second bowl of the mac and cheese because it was so good, and we all shared it, of course. But everything was so good. And then for dessert, you guys, they bring you this toffee cake. I don't even remember exactly what it was called, but it's like almost kind of like a toffee shortbread cookie on the bottom, with that like sticky toffee kind of inside of the cookie, or like throughout the cookie, and then vanilla ice cream with like toffee and chocolate all over the top of it. You guys, it was so good. I could have eaten the whole thing if I hadn't just eaten a ton of food before that. But I really can't complain about any of the food. It was my first time eating there, and I was very impressed. There are a couple of cons to Liberty Tree Tavern that I noticed. One, it was very busy. So even though we had a reservation, which was at 7:05, I think we waited until about 7:20 to be seated, which is not that long. But you've spent an entire day at Magic Kingdom tromping around, and you're really tired, and you really just want to sit down and relax. The overall experience was not all that relaxing because it was so busy, and we're in this tiny little lobby with like 50 other people all waiting to be seated, and it's loud. It's just the opposite of relaxing. I don't mean to be super negative, but I'm just giving my honest like cons that I noticed. So I think that's pretty much it. I feel like they tried to squeeze way too many people in too small of a space. And also either took too many reservations, or they were taking too many like walk-ins or something, for us to, you know, have to wait in the lobby with a lot of other people. But other than that, the food was great, the service was great, so all of that is a big thumbs up. Now, I thought it was funny that the very next night we met up with some friends, and this was planned in advance because they were going to be in town only for a short time, to go to Boma. So it was a huge coincidence for us to eat at those two places within 2 days. It was a lot of food. But Boma is at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and it is a buffet. And I had eaten there one other time, but let me just tell you, the selection is amazing. I don't know of many other like Disney buffets that have as much selection as Boma does. And it is a lot of like, of course, African themed, or like I think they take a lot of like African inspiration into the foods. I think some of them are like traditional, actual, like real African dishes, and a lot of them are probably like Americanized versions of said dishes. But as someone myself, I'm a very picky eater, and I am able to find a lot of stuff that I want to eat. I often do just eat off of the kids, like the little kids bar. I do that in almost every, like, well, all the Disney buffets have like a regular buffet, and then they have like a little kids buffet, and I always eat off of there because I like the kids food. And I did that at Boma, but I was also able to find a lot of other options and things that I actually really enjoyed and wanted to keep going back. It's just a matter of like how much can you actually eat. So some of the things I had was like a sweet potato mash that was really good, something they called pup. The guy told me you say it pup, but it's spelled P-A-P. The best way I can describe it is kind of like grits, but it's white and has the kind of gritty texture, but it was more smooth than like American Southern grits, if that makes sense. So I had some of that. I had some of the sweet potatoes. I had a piece of steak that was amazing. I had a piece of pork that was amazing. I did take a couple of clips when we went to Boma. I'll insert the clip here if it even turned out any good. But they had like this whole bar of just like chilies and soups, and you could put them over rice. And I just mean they had a lot of selection and a lot of things that I really liked. And then my favorite thing always is the dessert section of the buffet. So they had like at least 10 different like little desserts that you could go up and try, of course, different things like a little toffee cake, a little guava something or other, a coffee something or other. And they're all just like these cute little desserts that is perfect for the end of a buffet because you've just eaten a ton of food, and then you can go and like try little things. And then they had chocolate chip cookies and sugar cookies with sprinkles on them. Oh my gosh, everything was just so good. I don't remember exactly how much Liberty Tree Tavern was. I wish I did remember off the top of my head, but I do know because I did look at the check for Boma. The regular price is $45 a person, and that is quite steep. As cast members, we do get a discount. We always love that and are so grateful for that. But even after our discount, it is a very expensive meal. It's hard for me to say like whether or not I think it's worth it. Like, honestly, I couldn't afford to pay $45 a person for that buffet. As much as I really love the food, I think there is a lot of it and a great selection. I couldn't afford $45 a person. We can barely afford it after our cast member discount, and even then it's like, okay, this was a special occasion and like we're not going to be going out again for a little while. But yeah, that's my honest opinion of Boma. I hope that told you a lot. To compare Boma to the negative thing that I said about Liberty Tree Tavern, I felt like Boma was overall a lot more relaxing, and you're paying a very comparable price. I'm sorry, again, I don't remember exactly what Liberty Tree Tavern was, but I'm just gonna throw out, like, it might have been $35 a person for the family style, and then $45 a person for the buffet at Boma. But the atmosphere and just the like, the tables were a little more spread out, and there weren't a million people waiting in the lobby, and it just has that higher scale feel. Now, it makes sense because it's inside of a very nice resort compared to Liberty Tree Tavern is inside of Magic Kingdom, which at the end of the day is a very busy theme park. So it makes sense, but I'm just, again, giving you guys my opinion of it, that Boma was a lot more relaxing. So I wonder if part of what you're paying for is, you know, that atmosphere and everything like that. So I think that's everything. I think those were all of my thoughts about the two. And again, I know those were two kind of like random places to compare. But I thought since one was family style and one was buffet, I could kind of give you guys my opinion and thoughts on those two restaurants that I ate at this week. So, oh, and there was one more thing I wanted to add. Just about whether or not I would visit either or both again. I would definitely visit both again in the future. I don't know if we'll visit either one again like before the end of this year or like in the next 6 months kind of thing. I definitely would revisit both. I definitely would recommend them both to anyone because I really did enjoy both of them. And I plan to go back in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this random little one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.